What if one of the most pivotal trades in draft night history never happened? In 2018, the Atlanta Hawks and the Dallas Mavericks made a franchise-altering decision by swapping Luka Doncic and Trae Young. But what if that trade never happened and they stayed with their original teams? Well, today we dive into an alternate reality where Luka and Trae never traded places. How would their careers evolve? How would their teams fare? And most importantly, how will this change the course of NBA history? But before we get to all that, let's rewind to the 2018-19 NBA Draft.
With the third pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Luka Doncic from Ljubljana, Slovenia, and Real Madrid. With the fifth pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Trae Young from the University of Oklahoma.
It's the 2018-19 NBA season, and Luka joins a young Hawks team looking to rebuild around their new star, joining forces alongside guys like John Collins. Meanwhile, Trae Young is suiting up for the Mavericks, ready to play alongside a seasoned Dirk Nowitzki and a rising talent in Harrison Barnes. Trae and Luka's first season has officially come to a wrap, and Luka Doncic is going to be taking home the Rookie of the Year, where he had averages of 21.6 rebounds and 6 assists. But Trae Young was right behind him, and he had a very impressive season, putting up numbers of 18.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. Moving on to Trae and Luka's second year in the league, and both the Hawks and the Mavericks are making solid improvements around the roster to properly build around their superstars. As for the Dallas Mavericks, this is the year that they made the trade to get Kristaps Porzingis, and the Atlanta Hawks traded for Clint Capella and drafted guys like DeAndre Hunter. Luka already took a huge leap in his year 2 as he made his very first All-NBA team, having averages of 23.5 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. Not to mention, he led his Atlanta Hawks to the 3rd seed in the East with a record of 49-33. But meanwhile, over in Dallas, Trae Young and the Mavericks just missed out on the playoffs as they were the 10th seed in the West with a record of 43-39. But unfortunately, Luka's run in the playoffs did not last long because they ended up losing in the first round to the Indiana Pacers in 5 games. Fast forward to the 2021-22 NBA season, and Luka Doncic has done the unthinkable and won his very first MVP in year number 4 at the age of 23. Luka put up career highs with averages of 29.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 9 assists, and doing all that while shooting 50, 40, 90 from the field. Not to mention, he led the Atlanta Hawks to the best record in the East with a record of 60-22. And in that same season, for the first time in both of their careers, Luka and Trae Young have made the conference finals in their respective conferences, so one of them has a real chance to make the NBA finals. But unfortunately, both Luka and Trae would be eliminated in the conference finals, so they will not be seeking their very first finals appearance just yet. It's the start of the 2022-23 NBA season, and both the Mavs and the Hawks have made some drastic moves to improve their roster. As for the Hawks, this is the year that they traded for DeJounte Murray, and for the Mavericks, this is the year that they traded for Kyrie Irving. And for the second straight year in a row, Luka Doncic has won another MVP. This time around, he had averages of 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists. And once again, he led the Atlanta Hawks to the second best record in the NBA with a record of 61-21. But Trae Young and the Mavs are not far behind, because not only did Trae have a career year making All-NBA 3rd team, he also led the Dallas Mavericks to the 5th best record in the NBA with a record of 55-27. In that same postseason, unfortunately, Trae Young and the Mavs would end up losing in the Western Conference Finals to the Phoenix Suns. But on the other side, for the first time in his career, Luka Doncic and the Atlanta Hawks will be in the NBA Finals, where they'll be facing off against the Phoenix Suns, led by Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant. Game 1 sees the Phoenix Suns absolutely creaming Luka and the Hawks 119-99 to take the 1-0 series lead. And Game 2 sees the Phoenix Suns just barely beating out the Atlanta Hawks once again, all thanks to this DeAndre Ayton clutch corner 3 to take the lead by 2, and Luka Doncic missing the potential game-winning half-court shot. And unfortunately, it is the Phoenix Suns taking a 3-0 lead up against Luka and the Hawks. This series may just be wraps. And it will be the Phoenix Suns sweeping Luka Doncic and the Hawks to win the 2022-23 NBA Finals, as Luka Doncic loses his very first NBA Finals. In Luka's first Finals appearance, he did leave it all on the court, having averages of 31.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 10 assists. And in year number 6, at the age of 25, Trae Young is the 2024 NBA MVP, where he put up career highs with averages of 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 8.5 assists. Not only that, he led his Dallas Mavericks to the best record in the NBA with a record of 59-23. But unfortunately, Trae Young's MVP season would not live up to the hype in the postseason because they ended up losing in the second round to Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. But on the other side of things, Luka Doncic and the Atlanta Hawks have made their second straight NBA Finals appearance, where they'll be facing off against the Los Angeles Clippers. Game 1 sees Luka Doncic and the Atlanta Hawks blowing out the LA Clippers in Game 1 to take the 1-0 series lead, all thanks to a Luka Doncic masterclass where he dropped 20 points and 16 assists. Game 2 is a similar story to Game 1 because once again, Luka and the Hawks blow out the LA Clippers 128-109, as we get to see a Luka Doncic masterclass as he put up 44 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists. Luka and the Hawks are not playing around as they step into LA and blow them out again, beating them 107-88, taking the 3-0 series lead, as Luka Doncic drops 26 points, 6 rebounds, 14 assists, and 5 steals. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are jumping in for this one. It is 120-120 with a minute 30 left in game number 4. NBA Finals on the line. The Hawks could potentially sweep the LA Clippers and secure their very first NBA championship. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, before we start up, let's see who's killing it right now. Man, the big three: PG, Kawhi, James Harden is folding in playoff times. No surprise there. But look at Luka, man, 41, 7, and 9. He hasn't really had too much help. Man, DeJounte Murray with 5 points. He's got 12 assists, so that's valid. But man, he needs some more scoring up in here. Let's see what they got. Here's Luka in the post. He's gonna step back with the midi, and it's no good. Rebound LA. They could take the lead right here. Here is James Harden driving. All right, he's gonna pull it back out. Hit it to Kawhi in the post. Up against Jalen Johnson. He's gonna pump. No good. He's getting boxed up. Oh man, LA, they need a bucket right here. Here's James Harden in the pick and roll. He's gonna pull from the midi, and it's no good. 1 minute approaching. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. NBA Finals are on the line. Here is DeJounte, and he's gonna lob to Onyeka Okongwu. Oh my goodness, as they take the lead. What a play. Wow, I thought that was gonna be a turnover right there. Let's see if LA can respond as they got it. As Kawhi's got the ball in his hands, and Harden, it looked like he had a wide open 3 there. But they're going to give it up to PG. He's in the mid post. He's shimmying. He's jabbing. Back out to James. They need to get something. Here he is. He's going to step back for 3, and he cannot get it to go. He could have taken the lead with that one right there, but let's see if we can get a Doncic dagger. Here's Luka. He's got Harden on him. That's free cheese right there. It looks like a 5-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Doesn't look like LA's gonna foul, so here we go. Luka's slashing, floating, and he gets it to go. Luka Doncic takes the 4-point lead. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there's still 7 seconds left, but with no timeouts, man, it looks like Luka may have just won his very first NBA championship. The Clippers are really going to need a miracle here. They're going to need a quick 3 if they're going to want to possibly come back into it. Here is the quick 3 from Harden. No good. Rebound Jalen Johnson. They're not going to foul. And it looks like Luka Doncic is going to win his very first NBA championship, beating out the LA Clippers 124-120, completing the sweep. Not only is Luka a 2-time MVP, but he is now a 1-time NBA champion. Luka Doncic did end up being the MVP of that finals, and he had averages of 33.5 points, 6 rebounds, and 12.5 assists. It's the start of the 2025 NBA season, and after having a bunch of disappointing playoff runs, the Dallas Mavericks decided to shake up their roster, as they have traded Kyrie Irving straight up for Brandon Ingram, so we got a new dynamic duo in town of Trae Young and Brandon Ingram. Fast forward to the 2026-27 NBA season, and Trae Young has just won his second MVP, where he had averages of 27 points, 4 rebounds, and 8.5 assists. He also led his Dallas Mavericks to the best record in the NBA with a record of 61-21, but let's see if he can actually achieve the ultimate goal and win an NBA championship. Because at this point in their careers, both Luka and Trae Young have 2 MVPs, but Luka does have the one-up on him with the NBA championship, so let's see if Trae can match him right back. And you guys, we are finally going to get the matchup that we have all been waiting for, because both Luka Doncic and Trae Young have made it past their respective conferences and have made it all the way to the NBA Finals. So now we get to see the Luka Doncic versus Trae Young head-to-head match. And Game 1 sees Luka Doncic and the Atlanta Hawks just barely beating out Trae Young and the Mavericks, all thanks to this Jalen Johnson dagger 3-pointer over Trae Young, as Atlanta takes the 1-0 series lead. And Game 2 sees the Dallas Mavericks surviving as they barely beat out the Hawks 107-105, as it all started off with Josh Green hitting this heavily contested corner 3 to take the lead by 2, but then Luka following up as he hit this fading mid-range shot to tie up the game. But the game-tying shot did not matter because the Mavericks just had too much time as PJ Washington hit this wide-open layup to take the lead, as Dallas ties up the series 1 apiece. Alright, you guys, we are hopping into this one live in the flesh. It is 109-108. Series tied 1 apiece with 1:30 left in the game. Trae Young has fouled out once again. Oh my goodness, hold on. Let me explain later. Here's PJ Washington out to Josh Green. Hit a big shot last game. Over to PJ with the lay. No good, but he's got the rebound put back and he's going to take the lead. Anyways, Trae Young has been fouled out. He also fouled out in Game 1. He is just creaming the bed right now here in the finals, not showing up for his teammates, but it does not matter. But Luka Doncic with a wide open 3, and he's got it as the Hawks take a 2-point lead. Man, the Mavericks need Brandon Ingram to step up right here, right now, with no Trae Young here in these crunch time minutes. They gotta look to him, and it's the Rando with the wide open 3, and he cannot get it to go. Rebound DeJounte Murray over to Luka Doncic. Here he is. He's trying to end this. He wants to take the 2-1 series lead over to Miare. Back out DeAndre Hunter. Let's see what they can get. They're taking their time. Over to Onyeka. He's getting boxed up right now. Back out DeJounte. Over to Hunter. He's got the 3. No good. Rebound Lively. The Mavs still have a chance here. I don't know who this guy is. It's 2027. There's so many random generated AI players. But it's over to Ingram. He's gonna fade. Oh, it's no good. That was their chance, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he had such a good look. Man. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to mention that the Mavericks drafted Bronny James, man. They weren't able to acquire LeBron, but they did draft his son, and he's currently their backup point guard at this point. But, man, it looks like that's going to be the game. DeJounte Murray is going to put the icing on the cake here with these free throws. I guess it's not over quite yet if he misses this one, but he's not going to. They're going to call a couple of timeouts, and it looks like Luka Doncic and the Atlanta Hawks are going to take a 2-1 series lead. All right, you guys, as the Hawks take the 2-1 series lead, I just want to point something out. That Trae Young is selling the bag right now. Because in his first finals appearance, you guys, he's only averaging 19.5 points, 7 assists, shooting 46% from the field, 28% from 3. It is not looking good right now for Trae Young and the Dallas Mavericks. He has fouled out, like I said earlier, in the first 2 games of the finals. Straight up fouled out. Luka's got that boy in a chamber right now. Trae Young has got to step it up if he's gonna want to tie it up with Luka winning his first NBA championship. All right, you guys, hopping into Game 3 here. It is 133 to 132. Hawks with the lead with 1:40 to go. Series on the line at this point. Trae Young is in the game. He has not fouled out, thankfully. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Trae Young with the 3, and he's got it. Trae Young, what a shot. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Before we get this ball rolling, let's see. Luka Doncic, per usual, carrying 39, 6, and 13. Oh, Brandon Ingram, all right. 35, 3, and 4. Trae Young, masterclass, 33, 3, and 13. This is what they needed all series from him. Let's see, he's only got 2 fouls. I don't know how he got 6 fouls this entire time, but yeah, you guys, let's see what we got here. Here's Luka. Let's see if he can tie this one up. Got Josh Green on him. He's seeing double. Back out Luka. He's driving. Jalen Johnson. No good. Rebound Derek Lively up to Brandon Ingram. He's having a good game. Let's see if they can have a classic dagger right here to put them up 2 possessions. PJ Washington in the post. Over to Trae Young. Is that a 3? I don't know, but it won't go. A minute left to go. Luka with the ball. They could tie it up. He's got Trae Young on him. That's free cheese. Back out to DeJounte. Over to Onyeka. He's going to take a tough lay, and he got it to go. Oh, my goodness. All right, you guys. Tie game. Mavericks just called a timeout. 52 seconds left on the clock. Is Trae Young going to step up? Is Trae Young going to save his legacy? Let's see what we got here, ladies and gentlemen. Trae Young with Luka on him. That may also be free cheese, but he's got to open Josh Green for 3. No good. Rebound Jalen Johnson. Oh my goodness. DeJounte. No good. What was that shot? Man, they should have taken some time off the clock. Here's Ingram. He's going to try to go to work. Back out to Trae. He slashes. Step back. PJ Washington with the 3, and it's no good. Oh my goodness, they had a look. Man, and Atlanta takes the possession 135 to 135. No more timeouts for Atlanta. This was their last one. But this may be the last shot of the game. I doubt that they would go for a quick one. They have to let the clock run down at this point. Let's see what they're going to do. Oh, man, if you're Dallas, you need to stop. You cannot go down 3-1 to this Atlanta Hawks team. Here's Luka. Josh Green is on him. DeJounte's running a little off screen, but he's going to wait for the pick and roll with Jalen Johnson. Here we go. The lob is no good. Rebound, Brandon Ingram. Oh, my goodness. And we're going to go to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you guys, we are back. It is 144 to 142. 52 seconds left on the clock. And the Dallas Mavericks are up 2 points. Trae Young with the ball. They need a dagger right here. Here's Trae. Back out PJ. Same shot as last time, but he gets it to go this time. What a big time 3 to put Dallas up 5 points. He had the potential game winner in regulation, but he clanked it. And this time, he gets it to go. It's not over quite yet. There's still 42 seconds left. They could easily get a stop and score. Here's Luka. They got to be quick. He's seeing a double team. Over to DeAndre Hunter with the wide open 3 in the corner. Oh my goodness. It is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Trae Young. They need another big time bucket. They cannot give this ball back to Dallas. Here's Trae. Over to Josh Green. Don't tell me okay, I was about to say, don't tell me I'm about to see a Josh Green isolation. Oh, yes I am. I just jinxed it. Psych. Out to Trae Young. Josh Green over to Ingram. Corner 3 is good. Brandon Ingram with what may be the dagger 3 to put Dallas back up by 5. Atlanta has no more timeouts. There's only 13 seconds left. They're really going to need a miracle for this one. Man, what a shot by Brandon. Here's Luka. He's going to do a little fade. No good. Rebound Jalen, though. Back out Luka. He gets another 3, and it's good. Oh, man. This game. Oh, my goodness. This game has been wild. It is not over yet. The only thing is that they have no timeouts, so that puts them in a tough position. They got to foul really quick and then make it down the court, but they fouled Josh Green. If you could foul anyone in this situation, it probably would have been Josh Green or D-Live, and they got one of them. Josh hits the first. Oh, man, is he clutch? Is he going to hit the second? Josh Green. He gets it to go. That's more than likely going to be the game. Here's Luka, just for the icing on the cake. Jalen Johnson, he probably going to hit that too. He does not. And wow, what a game. Dallas steps into Atlanta and beats them in overtime, 152-148. What a high-scoring affair. And man, this series is not over yet. We have tied it up. Let's check out the stats and let's see what we got here. Luka Doncic, 45, 6, and 15. Didn't really have too much help from the others. I mean, you could have had more from DeJounte, but I mean, he had a decent amount of help. A lot of guys stepped up, but it was not enough for a Brandon Ingram masterclass who put up 41, 3, and 4. Trae Young with 35, 5, and 15. Man, the series stays alive, ladies and gentlemen. And we are not going to get a close matchup for Game 5 as the Atlanta Hawks come into Dallas and beat out the Dallas Mavericks 119-100. All thanks to a DeJounte Murray masterclass who put up 33 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, and 4 steals. And Luka Doncic also put up a 28-point near triple-double. Trae Young, his struggles continue, man. 19 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Shot 6 for 13 with 5 turnovers. He's got to step it up. And it will be Luka Doncic and the Atlanta Hawks closing out the series in Game 6 to win the 2027 NBA Finals as Trae Young loses his first, but Luka Doncic wins his second NBA championship. Luka was, of course, the MVP of that finals, and he had averages of 33 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 9.5 assists. And on the other side, Trae Young absolutely stunk it up in his first finals appearance. He did average 22 points and 7.5 assists, but when this man has been averaging 30 points, this is not a good performance for him in his first finals. All right, you guys, just a year later from the finals that you have just witnessed, and look at this. Dallas 4-0, Dallas 4-3, and they're about to sweep the number 1 seeded Portland. And on the other side, Atlanta was a 3 seed this year. They've always kind of been the 1 seed, but they had a little bit of a down year, but it did not matter. 4-1, 4-3, and they're up 3-1 against the 8 seeded Raptors. Who's even on this team? Let's take a gander really quick. Kobe White, old Zach LaVine, Scotty or Barney, and they got Mitchell Robinson. And on the other side, with Portland, the number 1 seeded Portland, they got Shaedon Sharp, Brandon Miller, and a bunch of auto-generated bums. Let's see what we get here. Oh, man, no way. Okay, Atlanta advances, but we got a Game 7 here. Let's see. Come on, man, do it for the culture. We do not want to see a Trailblazer versus Atlanta Hawks finals. No. No. And the Dallas Mavericks have been eliminated. You guys saw it. They were up. I just showed. Were they up 3-0? Or was that 3-1? Oh my goodness. All right, well. This is the finals right here, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, it is going to be Luka Doncic and the Atlanta Hawks just barely beating out the Portland Trailblazers in 7 games as Luka completes the back-to-back and wins his 3rd NBA championship. And of course, Luka Doncic is your finals MVP, and he had averages of 25.5 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. And for honestly the rest of their career, Trae Young and Luka Doncic really struggled to get back into the NBA Finals. They had a couple years where they made it to the conference finals, but were just not able to get over the hump, which means that it is now time to wrap it up. Because after 18 years pro at the age of 37, Trae Young has officially retired. Trae Young was a 2-time MVP, 9-time All-Star, and a 7-time All-NBA player. Trae Young finished 14th with the most points scored all time with 32,700, second with the most 3-pointers made all all time with 5,000, and of course ended up making it into the Hall of Fame and got his jersey retired with the Dallas Mavericks. The 23-24 season was definitely Trae Young's best statistical season, where he had averages of just under 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 8.5 assists. And just one season later, after 19 years pro, at the age of 38, Luka Doncic has officially retired. Luka was a 3-time NBA champion, 2-time MVP, 3-time Finals MVP, 12-time All-Star, and a 10-time All-NBA player. Luka passed up Trae Young and finished 11th with the most points scored all time with 33,800, 10th with the most three-pointers made all time with 4,300, 9th with the most assists all time with 11,900, and of course he ended up making it into the Hall of Fame and got his jersey retired in Atlanta. Luka's best statistical season was when he had averages of 29.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 9 assists. I think it's very clear that Luka ended up having the better career than Trae Young. Trae still ended up being a multiple-time MVP, but was just never able to get that NBA championship. And if you guys stuck around to the end of this one, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below what type of video you want to see next, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.